I'm sending this to you because your blog is one of the few places that still posts first-person accounts without trying to turn them into a viral thread. If you decide not to run it, I understand. I'm not trying to sell anything. I'm trying to get this written down in one place so I don't keep second-guessing the timeline. I'm a working actor, not a movie star, the kind of guy people recognize on streaming and then forget my name. I do guest spots, small recurring parts, voice work when I'm lucky. I have kids. I have a mortgage. I also have a publicist, a manager, and a social media person who handles the official accounts. A couple months ago, my publicist pitched a live online Q&A, 1 hour, controlled. My social person would set it up on our official account, and I'd answer questions from my laptop. The point was to keep fans engaged between projects, and bluntly, to push a merch link and a paid Cameo-style site. My oldest is heading toward college, and everything is more expensive than it was when I was that age. I didn't love doing the Q&A, but I agreed. We scheduled it for a weeknight after dinner. I was at my apartment in my little office nook off the hallway. The only light was my desk lamp and the glow from the laptop. My kids were in the living room watching TV with headphones. My wife was in the kitchen cleaning up. Normal night. My social person sent me a link and a list of basic guardrails. No politics, no mentioning contracts, no talk about other actors' personal stuff. They also wrote a few softball answers in a doc in case the feed was slow. Favorite snack on set, funniest blooper, that kind of thing. That's standard. I've done it before. The Q&A went live. I could see the official account banner, my profile photo, and a little live indicator. Questions started rolling in. At first, everything was fine. I typed an answer, hit post, and it went up. Then the first weird thing happened. A fan asked what my favorite episode to film was on the show people know me from. I started to type. I hadn't finished the first sentence when my answer appeared publicly, as if it had posted. I figured I accidentally hit enter. I looked down at my hands. They were on the keyboard, but I hadn't pressed anything. I backspaced in my draft box and watched the text disappear from my local input, but the posted answer stayed up. I asked my social person in a private chat if they were helping by posting while I typed. They replied right away, "Not touching it, you're doing great." I shrugged it off, blamed lag, and moved on. But it happened again. Another question came in about a character detail. I started to answer with a quick, "Great catch," and the full reply posted instantly before I'd finished the first word. It wasn't even exactly what I was going to say. It was close, but not my phrasing. The replies had a pattern. Each one started with a friendly lead-in, then a specific fact, then a little sign-off. The voice was like me on a press junket. It sounded plausible, but it wasn't how I type when I'm at home. At home, I'm blunt and I miss punctuation. I tested it. I waited for a question, then kept my hands away from the keyboard. The question was about my kids, a common one. Without me touching anything, an answer posted from the official account. It mentioned keeping the lights on and tuition coming fast. Those were phrases I'd used in private emails to my manager. I stared at the screen until my eyes hurt. I told my wife. She came over, looked at the laptop, and watched another answer post by itself. She asked if my social person had some kind of scheduled responses. I messaged them again. They called me, voice shaky, saying they were seeing it too and they hadn't set up any automation. We ended the Q&A early, or I tried to. I hit the end button. The live indicator didn't shut off right away. It stayed on, like the site wasn't listening. For a few seconds, questions kept appearing and answers kept posting. My social person was texting me at the same time. I'm locked out. Finally, the live indicator went off on my screen. I felt my shoulders drop. Then the "That's a wrap" post appeared. It posted as a standalone message from the official account, like a final statement. It wasn't written like the other replies. It was formatted like a formal announcement. It thanked everyone for showing up, said it meant more than you know, and then it turned into something else. It said the Q&A wasn't a favor I was doing. It said it was a repayment. It said the fans had kept the work coming and that my kids' education was on the ledger. It asked people to hold on to receipts. It ended with, "That's a wrap. Balance carries." I didn't write that. Nobody on my team wrote that. My wife asked me what it meant by receipts. I didn't have an answer. I tried to delete it. I could still access the account from my laptop, at least for a minute. When I clicked delete, the page refreshed and the post was still there. I tried again, still there. I tried to edit it just to remove the balance line. The edit box opened, but when I hit save, it reverted to the original text. My social person eventually got back in. They tried from their end. They said it looked like the post was pinned by a system function they didn't have permission to change. They said there was no pin showing in the interface. It was just stuck. We decided to leave it and not draw attention. That sounds weak, but in my line of work, you learn not to amplify a weird post with a panicked explanation. My publicist told me to go quiet for a couple days and then post a normal photo of my dog. The next day, the "That's a wrap" post was gone from the official account. My social person said they finally managed to remove it. I felt relieved. That lasted until it showed up again. It appeared on a different platform, on an account with my name and my headshot, but not one we controlled. It had the same wrap message, word for word. The account was made that day. The profile bio copied my official bio from years ago, including a charity link I hadn't used in a long time. We reported it as impersonation. It got removed. 2 days later, the wrap post appeared again, this time as a comment under a fan edit on a video app. The account that posted it had no other activity. It was like a burner that existed only to drop that message. I started searching for exact phrases. Balance carries brought up screenshots from private fan groups. People were joking about it, saying it was a marketing stunt for a new project. Some were mad, saying it sounded like I was guilt-tripping them. Then the replies started resurfacing. Not all of them, certain ones. The ones that mentioned money, tuition, keeping the lights on, holding on to receipts. They appeared as standalone posts on platforms I don't use, posted from accounts that looked like me but weren't. Sometimes they appeared as replies to old interviews. Sometimes they appeared as captions on photos of my kids that strangers had pulled from my wife's public page. We tightened everything. Two-factor authentication on every account. Password manager. New devices. My social person did a full audit and said there was no sign of a conventional breach. My manager called a cybersecurity guy who talked like he was trying to sell us a retainer. He said it could be bots, scraping, deepfakes, someone with access, nothing concrete. The schedule was the part I couldn't shake. Every weeknight, around the same time as the original Q&A, something would post. Not always the wrap message, sometimes a pre-written reply, sometimes a short, cheery, "Thank you for the support" that mentioned tuition. It didn't matter if we were active or silent. It didn't matter if we posted that day or not. The posts came on their own cadence, like a timer. My wife and I started leaving our phones in the kitchen at night. We stopped putting the kids on any social media. I asked my team to stop mentioning college in any public-facing copy. I didn't want to feed the pattern. That was when it got personal in a different way. A fan emailed my manager with a screenshot of a private message from me. It wasn't my writing. It said, "You asked what you could do. Here's what you owe." Then it listed a dollar amount, not a round number, not a donation suggestion, an exact amount like an invoice. It included a due date written out in words. It said, "Hold on to receipts again." My manager asked if I'd ever told anyone our tuition planning numbers. I hadn't, except in private. My wife asked if it matched anything real. It was close to what we'd estimated for our oldest if he went in state and lived on campus. Close enough to make me sick. Then a different fan posted publicly that they'd paid the balance and said I'd confirmed receipt. They posted a screenshot of a thank you message from me with the same rap phrasing. They blurred their payment method but left enough visible that other people started asking how to do it. I hadn't received any money. I checked with my manager, with my accountant, with the Cameo platform. Nothing. It was like the whole transaction happened in an ecosystem I couldn't see, but it used my name and my kid's future as leverage. I tried to get ahead of it by posting a simple statement from my verified account. I'm not sending direct payment requests. Please don't send money. Ignore impersonators. That post stayed up for less than an hour. It vanished. Not deleted by me, not archived, just gone. In its place, posted at the top of my feed like it had always been there, was the rap message again. I watched it refresh in real time. The text didn't animate like a normal update. It just switched, like someone swapped a slide. The next week, at the same time, a new variation appeared on a platform my kids use for school groups. It was posted from an account using my email handle, the one I use for casting, not public. It said the Q&A had opened a tab, and the tab would carry until settled. Same "that's a wrap" sign-off. I changed that email. I migrated contacts. I warned my agent not to trust anything coming from the old address. A day later, I got a call from a casting assistant I've known for years asking why I'd sent them a demand letter. They sounded embarrassed repeating it to me. They forwarded what they received. It was a screenshot, not a normal email. A black background, white text, like a notes app. It said I was collecting on work already delivered. It said, "You watched, you owe." It included the rap line. I lost a job that week. My agent didn't say that was why, but the timing lined up, and I could hear the hesitation in their voice when they said the role went another direction. I started keeping records, screenshots, screen recordings, a written log in a notebook because I didn't trust my phone. I wrote down when a post appeared, where, what it said, how long it stayed up. The pattern held. Weeknights, same general window, always referencing the Q&A as an opening event, always framing my family's needs as a debt. If you're thinking, just shut down all accounts, go offline, disappear, we tried that. We deactivated the official pages for a short stretch. The posts still surfaced from lookalikes. Fans reposted screenshots and tagged me in them. The rap message started appearing as images, like someone was preemptively making it harder to report. The worst part is what it did to my kids. My youngest got teased at school because other kids saw the rap post and repeated the "you owe" line like it was a meme. My oldest asked me straight up if we were in financial trouble. I told him the truth as best I could. We're okay right now. We're budgeting. I took the Q&A because it helps, and something is using it against us. He asked if it would stop if he didn't go to college. I didn't have an answer that I could live with. Last weeknight at the usual time, the official account posted a new Q&A announcement. Not from my social person. Not from me. It had my headshot and the same branding we used before. It said 1 hour and listed a time window. It included a line telling people to prepare receipts. It ended with "that's a wrap," as if the event had already happened. My social person called me crying. They said they were locked out again. They said their password reset emails weren't arriving. My wife stood in the hallway, holding my laptop like it was contaminated. We didn't go live. We didn't engage. We watched. Questions appeared under the announcement anyway. Fans asked if it was real. Fans asked if they could help. Fans asked for my kids' names. The official account replied to some of them with the same pre-written voice, answering before anyone could even follow up. It posted specific details about my work schedule that week, including a location I had been earlier that day for a meeting. I wasn't on that platform. I was sitting in my office nook, hands in my lap, watching my own name talk without me. When the hour window ended, the rap message posted again. Same phrasing, Same, balance carries. Then it posted a list of usernames, like a roll call, under the heading Receipts Logged. Some of the names were fans I recognized from years of conventions. I don't know what logged means in this context, but those people started posting that they were getting strange messages too. One said their bank flagged something. Another said their account got locked. Most of them were embarrassed and tried to delete their comments. I'm not writing you because I want attention. I want the opposite. But the thing I can't ignore is that it's not limited to my accounts anymore. It uses the same set of pre-written replies, and it keeps resurfacing on its own schedule. It treats my family's future like a tab that other people are responsible for. It's already cost me work, and it's already reached my kids. If you post this, don't include my kids' names. Don't link to any screenshots that show their faces. I can provide proof privately if you need it, but I'm scared that any engagement, even negative, is part of the mechanism. All I know is that every weeknight, when that time window hits, I still feel my stomach drop, because I don't know what it's going to say next from my mouth.